Why do some families stay wealthy for generations while others lose everything in just one? It's not luck, it's a choice. It's not intelligence, it's the long game. And today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to play it. Okay. So this isn't motivation, all right? It's a mindset. It's how you need to think. All right. This is instruction. By the end of this video, you will have a clear long game playbook you can actually start using this month, even if no one taught you this growing up. So how you doing, guys? My name is Tori Sims. I'm with Sims Legacy Investing, and I'm just your big brother, you know what I'm saying, who's trying to put you guys on financial literacy game. All right, I just want to see everybody win. That's what we're all about here: faith, family, and finance. And we don't pull no punches when it comes to the mindset it takes to actually create wealth. All right, so we're gonna start with the first subject: why do most people lose wealth? All right, so and most times people they want quick gains, right? We're in this society today where a lot of people want to see they want success overnight, right? They want to come up. You know what I'm saying? They want to go from 0 to 100 real quick. And that's what they want. And that's not how things work, man. You got to play games long term, all right? You got to look at the compound effect on everything you're doing, every single seed that you're sowing, right? Get biblical for a second here. Every seed that you're sowing right now is going to lead to a harvest later on. So what seed are you sowing? Are you sowing positivity? Are you sowing abundance? Are you sowing, you know what I'm saying, good deeds, right? Those things will harvest into you, right? You know what I'm saying? Sowing, reaping abundance in the future, right? Or are you sowing negativity? Are you sowing self-doubt? Are you sowing self-hate? Or are you sowing like hate on others, right? Are you complaining? Are you being a narcissist? You know, whatever it is that you're doing that's not healthy, right, in the mind, in the mental or the physical, right? That's what you're gonna harvest long term, and you don't want to harvest that. You want to harvest, you know, it's an abundance and wealth. So you gotta understand that it all starts on what you're doing right now, specifically, right? I want you affirming people on a daily. I want you affirming yourself on a daily. I want you uplifting someone, saying hi, how are you doing? Right? Make people got this big letter on their big word on their forehead that says "Make me feel important." Okay, so tell somebody they got a nice smile. You got, you know what I'm saying? I love the outfit you got on. Right? Just any type of positive thing that you can put out into the world, it's gonna turn into reaping abundance in the long term. So just keep that in the back of your head, guys. Action steps, man. You want to start auditing your financial situation. All right, start with your budgeting. Right. So when I say budgeting, I mean like what's your financial responsibilities every single day and every single month. Right? Are you we got your income coming in on the balance sheet, right? And then you got your liabilities, right? Your liabilities, everything is money coming out your pocket. Okay. And is it mandatory? Right? All right, you got your groceries. Okay, cool. Can you keep your groceries at a certain bill every single week? Right? When you go grocery shopping every Sunday or Saturday, whatever day of the week that you go, right? Can you keep it at a minimum target, right? Just budgeting out. I got a family of 5 and my 3 kids and eating me out of house and home. My budget's still $200 a week for them. You know what I'm saying? And some people's budget could be more, some people's budget could be less, depending on your household and what your responsibilities are. But you know, so you got to figure out what that number is. You got to figure out what your gas is, how much you spend a week on your gas, right? A month of your gas, right? What's your electricity bill, right? What's your cable bill? All those different things that you are paying that make you to have a living, right? And that's nothing. It's only about you only need your necessities. When you're trying to grind, you're trying to build long term, you're trying to get the assets accumulated. You need to keep your expenses at a minimum. I'm talking about no extracurriculars if you have the choice, right? Because I got 3 kids, so I want them to be active. So yeah, I got them in sports, stuff like that. But I didn't put them into sports until after I got abundance of overflow on my net monthly revenue before I start putting them in things. Slowly implementing things at that, right? So your basic necessities is basically going to be, you know what I'm saying, your rent, your utilities, right? Electricity, you know what I'm saying, and water and heater, right? And then you don't have to have cable. You know what I'm saying? Wi-Fi you most definitely gonna need because a lot of people do business on the Wi-Fi, but you don't need cable. We got Hulu. Hulu's an extra as well. You know what I'm saying? So you even gotta have Hulu and Netflix if you want. They got the Roku TV. You know what I'm saying? With those channels that come with it. So all you need is Wi-Fi for it. So long story short, guys, keep your monthly expenses at the minimum, right? When you're trying to build. Okay, you want to do extracurriculars, you want to do those other things that are fun, right? But do as much free stuff as you can to entertain yourself while you're on that growth track. Okay, that's number one. So you gotta make sure you're out of your own budgeting. Next thing you want to do, you want to ask yourself, like, when it comes to your business, like, what do I own? What assets do I own? Right? What's paying me repeatedly? Okay, And then and if it's working, if it's actually still paying me, keep it up. But then if you got things that you're putting your time, because time is currency, if you put your time into something and it's not reaping you a reward financially, when it's a part of your business, I said you might need to cut that out so you can put more focus on something that is getting you a return. All right, so you got to audit those things, man. And next thing we want to talk about is patience. Oh my gosh, patience. So I got so here in front what Sounds Like Investing, we not only do we get you funded, but we also teach you guys on exit strategy as well, right? Whether it's real estate or whether it's some other type of asset. And I got this group that I help them trade. And when it comes to trading, we got it very, very simple. Like, it is streamlined. Like, we don't got to read the charts. We got a code that we copy and paste every single day, and our money go up, right? 1.3% daily compound interest they receive with their money, right? So, and the lowest investment is $520. And I'm like, so get you guys on there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get your bread going, right? Got a lot of family members, some other people on it as well, because I'm trying to help them build wealth long term, right? And then eventually, once that accumulates to the millions, then we start pulling from it, and then start buying more real estate with it, so you can increase your net worth, right? Because what you want to do, guys, if you don't know, the best way to really secure in that generational wealth is by having life insurance policies and real estate attached in your business name or in your person, preferably owned by your trust. Well, I'm gonna break that down a little bit more for you in a second here, but long so I'm gonna get more back to the patience, and we're topping that later on. But I'm telling everybody, man, hey guys, you're in this thing, is making money on the daily. Okay, you see your money going up. This is awesome. Wait till it get to a certain number, right? And then once it gets to a certain number, then you start pulling from it. Right, most of my family or most people that I know who I'm putting a focus on, all living up in Georgia on the East Coast. All right, you guys, so man, $5,000 a month is enough for y'all to be straight. What that means if you're making 40% return every single day on the compound interest, every single month on the compound interest, then you need your account to get to at least 10,000 first. When they get to 10 bands, what that means the very next month is going to make another close to $5,000 a month. Now you can pull out that entire 5 bands, and you still got 10,000 in there to accumulate another $5,000 from that. You'd be smart to wait a little bit longer than that for sure. But for you guys who are quick on the trigger, at least wait to get there. Nah, some of you cats trying to pull out a little bit too soon. You know, and that's just a mindset shift that gotta happen. You gotta allow yourself to compound up, right? Delay gratification, like delay vacations and delay trips to Disney or trips to your local theme parks or whatever. Just delay those things. Go to the park or do something active in your own backyard or in your neighborhood to kind of put things, keep the finances in house until those things accumulate to where you want to be. Let your asset accumulate. And once it accumulate long term and start getting bigger numbers, bigger dividends of what you need on a monthly basis, now you start pulling from the asset to start, to kind of upgrade your lifestyle, so to speak. Right? So that's huge. You got to work on that compound interest mindset. Okay. You gotta if you take $1 million, this is a good story I always tell you. Like, do you want to take $1 million right now, or would you take a penny that compounds that doubles every single day? All right. If you don't know the story, basically the people who take $1 million right now because they worry about quick money, which is most of them, like 99% of society, you end up losing money because the penny that doubles for the next 30 days turns into 10 million. She just lost out of $9 million because you want the money right now. Okay, so you got to have that mindset when it comes to things that you're building long term. Okay, now I want to tell you guys when it comes to wealth long term, you want to get to that interest money. Okay, interest and tax free. And the only way that I know how to do that interest and tax free is through life insurance policies. And the way you want to do that is first you need to accumulate wealth your own. Your net worth has to go up. Well, when I say net worth, I mean the things that you own. Okay, only way to make your net worth go up is by whether you own a business or do you own real estate, stuff that are valued that you can actually sell for income. Okay, so if you have real estate like a property that's worth $100,000, but you got $50,000 of credit card debt, well, your net worth is $50,000, right? The house is worth 100 minus the 50 in credit card debt you got 50 bands left over. Your net worth is $50,000. But that's if you're working, it's a little bit more than that, right? But just off of the simple, quick paper stat sheet, that's how you're gonna look at it. Okay. So what I tell people all the time is like accumulate more assets that are worth more, right? You got 10 houses that's worth $100,000, that's $1 million in net worth value. Okay, get the things paid down to zero, and now your worth is a lot more. But here's the thing: a lot of people don't know: when your net worth goes up, now you can be insured for more. Your life insurance policy can go up for more. Okay, so when you do that and you have the trust owning your life insurance policy, now your trust is worth more. So when you pass away, because we're all going to go, right? Now your descendants and the people underneath you are going to reap that much more benefits long term. And if you put that aside, those the life insurance policies that are inside of the trust, and you make it a whole life insurance policy, it's gonna, or IUL, it's gonna increase by 5 to 12% every single year. Now, if you have a certain amount, like my goal for my family members is up to at least $2 to $5 million for each descendant in a whole life insurance policy or IUL, because that's gonna make $240,000 tax-free every single year. Why? Because it go up by 5%, and that money is tax-free. And if it's a whole life policy or IUL, you can borrow from it within a whole life. You can borrow from within 30 days. IUL you can borrow from within a year. You know what I'm saying? So if you got time, do the IUL, because it gives up to 12% every single year. But if you're kind of quick, or you're trying to invest that money back in something really, really fast, get the whole life, right? Either way, you want to get the family members up with that percentage with those policies, because now every single year it made 240 grand in tax-free income. Guess what you could do? You can take a New Year's gift to yourself and just pull that $240,000 out to pay yourself tax-free for the year. That's 20 grand a month. There's no reason why no one should below that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not on top of whatever type of income ideas you have going on or assets you have going on. So that's the ultimate goal I tell a lot of people to get to, is get your family to the point where they're all accumulating life insurance policies going to the trust. And then once the family passed away, it fills that trust and let the trust now pay out dividends to the descendants when they hit, whatever type of structure you want set up, whether it's a certain age, whether it's a certain accomplishment. You be the judge of that. You can actually make a law firm be in charge of that, or a trustee, a person that the family could be the trustee of it as well. Either one you can do. But that's the type of policy you want to look for when it comes to accumulating generational wealth. All right. So patience is huge, right? And we want to make sure we talk about the compounded of it all. Okay. Because the worst thing that you can do is allow all the wealth in the family member just deteriorate and go down to zero, and everybody starting from the ground up again. That's how my family was at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We grew up on a lot of food stamps, a lot of welfare checks and stuff like that. My mom and my dad both work hard, separated, so mostly with my mom, because she needed me more, right? So I did a whole lot of grinding on that portion of that. I want to make sure that my family's right. Grateful, because it built grit in me, got hunger like a wolf. You know what I'm saying? Alpha wolf at that. So I don't play no games when it comes to making my family good. And my wife reaps the benefits of that. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Make sure you find a great partner. Man, everything that you guys hearing now, my wife designed it all. She's a queen, right? And you need somebody who's equally yoked with you, and y'all can build it together. You don't have to think that you got to get it right before she get there. No, y'all can build together. You just got to be committed and be real about the situation, and don't let distractions or noise pull you away from what your vision, what God put you on part of. So that's just a little tidbit that I want to share with you guys. But compound effect is real. You want to make sure that you're growing to the next level. Okay, so I hope that helped with you guys when it comes to the mindset when things can happen fast and things that happen long term. If you try to go the quick route, you will lose it really, really quickly. And if you're not thinking long term generational wealth and structure, then the family can blow it all. All right, our family we was doing the welfare checks at the beginning, and I didn't want to repeat that cycle. I didn't want my kids to do the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to change that, break that generational curse of generational curse on poverty. So I had to learn these different strategies that we now can apply, and now we're putting our other family members on too. So the household name will never be the same. You know what I mean? Our kids are gonna know how to do all those things. Like whether I'm with me and my oldest daughter Naomi, and really all my kids, we're doing Monopoly, right? They're doing chores so they can earn money, so they can pay for their own things, so they can see the value of money going away and keeping it and saving it, right? And can you put in something that's gonna make more? Well, the only way for you right now to get more is by you doing more chores. So most of that time is committed to, like, cleaning the house and stuff like that. But you gotta teach those financial principles to them while they're young, so they can apply them when they get older in life. And that's the key to really make sure that the mindset keep going. So now, not only you're passing down the assets, because kids can blow the assets, the wealth can blow their whole assets. I mean, you got football players making millions of dollars, and they're back in the projects like 10 years later after they get out. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the mindset to go with it. So you got to teach that to them. So not only are you passing down the assets, the policy, trust funds, and all that good stuff, but also showing them how they can build on that and keep it. And your goal should be to make it bigger than when it was given to you, right? So these are just some principles that you guys should definitely implement when it comes to your family structure and getting to the next level, and just not being so quick on the trigger when it comes to taking reaping those rewards. No, sow the seeds you can today, and then just wait for the harvest, because God always blesses those who wait. And tap in with Sons Legacy Investing. Make sure you subscribe with us. Send us a message, a DM, and we'll get back to you guys and make sure that you're winning. All right, talk to you soon.